Good afternoon, everyone. Today we will tackle and analyze where did the first mass really occur. Was it Limasawa, Masao or Mazawa in Butuan City, Hamonhan Island, or the Mahaba Island in Surigao del Norte? Well, let's begin. This report is about how did the Mahaba Island became or been claimed as one of the sites of the first mass. Introducing the Mahaba Island. It's one of the Cuatro Islas, also one of the islands who have been claimed by a group of people in northeastern Mindanao, that Magellan's expedition actually had a first mast in Mahaba Island in Surigao del Norte. It was reported that when he was nearing the shores of Mindanao, Magellan saw lights of a settlement which he avoided and sailed farther north, actually south, and anchored near an island named Mazafa, now marked on maps as Mahaba Island, located at latitude 9 and 2/3 degrees. Mazava Island appears on present detailed maps of the area to be Mahaba Island in the municipality of Placer, Surigao del Norte. Magellan could have mistaken Mahaba Island, a small island, to be part of Masipilid Island because it is almost touching this bigger to the bigger island at the northern tip. This could be the reason that the island where they landed was described as shaped like a stingray. To our authorship, Dr. Antonio Sanchez de Mora, an expert on Spanish medieval history and head of the reference service at the Archivo General de Indias in Seville, Spain, after combing over sources in the archive pertinent to the initial encounter and first mass celebrated in an island called Mazawa, and comparing them with other archival sources. When was the historical source written? The first ever Easter Mass in the Philippines, a landmark in the history of Philippine Christianity, was held in 1521 on the island of Mazawa, known today as Limasawa Island, Leyte. The first documented Catholic Mass in the Philippines was held on March 31, 1521, Easter Sunday. It was conducted by Father Pedro de Valderrama, Ferdinand Magellan's expedition along the shores of what was referred to in journals of Antonio Pigafetta as Mazawa. Where was it produced? Dumars said the documents, primary sources, and maps from the 16th century confirmed that the island of Mazawa was the site of an Easter Sunday Mass on March 31, 1521, and that on a hill on this island a cross was raised to be seen from afar. The geographical description, the analysis of the directions, the revision of the maps, and the references to the island of Mazawa between 1521 and 1565 must identify it with modern-day Limasawa, he said. Let us continue to the part 2, Piece of Evidence. This was the conclusion drawn by Dr. Antonio Sanchez de Mora, an expert on Spanish medieval history, after combing over sources in the archive pertinent to the initial encounter and first mass celebrated in an island called Mazawa, and comparing them with other archival sources. Mora presented his findings as a centerpiece of 500th anniversary of the mass at Limasawa. Furthermore, Dr. Antonio Sanchez de Mora, chief archivist and historian of Spain's Archivo General de Indias, presented virtually the same eyewitness accounts, documentation, and maps that Father Amalia had studied years ago while doing research for his book. But then, Dr. Mora later took note of the uncertainty that began to shroud the first Mass site by the year 1563. That was when some history writers, clerics, and map makers started taking liberties with Mazawa, reshaping, relocating, even renaming her in which way their predisposition or fancy led them. This is why today, or 500 years later, the unlikely island of Limasawa has already been thrice officially affirmed as the site of the first Holy Mass. References. References. Thank you for listening. Does anyone have any questions?